Hello, guys. Welcome to the seventh episode of The Matrix. In today's show, we're back to our normal schedule. We're very tired, especially I am very tired because we have not been sleeping for a long time, and today it's just hit me. Again, we had two guests. Now we're again here with me and Cenk, and we will have two guests after this show. Yeah, Cenk, what have to say?
Well, this week was generally really workload heavy week. It was for us at least. I had a lot of assignments due. You had like two assignments due as well, right? And one of them was like 4,500 words, right?
Yeah.
And the other one was like 200. For me, I had like 2,500 word essays. So formal lab reports, and that shit is like hard to do when you're not sleeping, especially like I can give you my example. For the past like 5 days, not including yesterday, by the way, because like I slept good yesterday, like around like 12 hours.
That's nice. I envy that.
Yeah. Well, like the thing is, like not including yesterday, in total like 4 days I only slept for like in total 10 hours.
I can relate more to that.
Like you have your experience with not sleeping for 42 hours.
52,
sorry.
Please.
My personal best is like around 38. But that around that area is like when it hits me, like I just, when I drink too much, I just get like windows shut down, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that same thing happens when I'm sleep deprived for like 38 hours or 36 hours or so, yeah.
The same for me. Like, we have the sleep problem. Like, it's going worse. Like, they said third year was easier. Actually, like, it is easier probably when you look at it compared to the second year. But the sacrifice is still there. And, nothing's changed about that. And, what topics do you want to discuss in today's podcast? Do you have something in mind?
In today's podcast, jeez. You can understand how tired we are, like I just came back from the gym. I'm sore. You've been studying all day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like he's tired mentally, I'm physically tired. And I don't know, like for the past few episodes we had guests, so like we talked about their personalities, their like interests, and now we're back to two of us. I don't know, like, what do you want to talk about? Like, I would prefer to talk about, life in general again,
Mm-hmm.
how it goes and all of that stuff, like the upcoming finals.
Yeah, actually, like, we have nothing going on that's very exciting. It's the final season. Our school is ending, to be accurate, in around, like, mine is ending in 25 days.
Mm-hmm.
Cenk is ending in 28.
Yeah.
His last finals. Like, it's the last month we've been grinding.
Yeah.
When I look at social media, one of the biggest news that I know that happened is Andrew Tate's jail has been basically, it was
Sentence?
It was getting delayed 30
Mhm.
days, 30 days, and it got delayed again for 30 days.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, I think he has been in prison now for approximately 5 months. And and they have no evidence and they have no any cause.
Yeah.
And the US government said that they are going to intervene actually.
Yeah.
Because they're held in a Romanian prison right now.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious on to how's that going to go, because it's
Look, like
interesting.
the thing is, like, I actually have like an example in mind. So like, I don't know if you guys know about this like news, but like, it was back then as well. So like, you guys probably don't remember it, but like early this year, there was a WNBA player called, I don't know her name actually. I forgot.
Damn, that's disrespectful. Okay.
Sorry.
I know somebody's triggered.
No, I genuinely don't remember her name, right? I know a couple of WNBA players, but
Say your name.
Sue Bird,
Okay.
the GOAT, And then Sue Bird,
Candace Parker.
Candace Parker, and then I think I had one more that.
I can see you're a fan of the sport.
Bro, to be honest, like I'm just going to be real. I don't prefer to watch WNBA
Okay.
just because like it doesn't interest me. I mean, it's just my
That
opinion.
actually creates a good topic. We will go back to the Andrew Tate, but
Yeah.
let's talk about the wage gap in WNBA and NBA, and
Bro,
what
the
do you
thing
think
is,
about
like,
that?
in my opinion, like, of course, both, like, every person that is associated with NBA and WNBA works really hard. But the thing is, like, the salary, like, you know this better. You're like econ major, and like you know how it goes. But to me personally, like a person that relatively like has a little bit of like business knowledge and all of that shit. Personally, I would say the amount of revenue you make would correlate to how much you're
Yes,
getting
it's
paid.
basically correlated to how many views you're attracting.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like that's
if-
the problem. Like the women and the people are basically arguing that they deserve the same, and like on paper, you can argue that they deserve the same because they are both the top levels of
Yeah.
their sports and their
Yeah.
genders. But the problem about that is, NBA has a salary cap, as the WNBA has a salary cap, but and both those salary caps are determined by the watch revenue they're generating,
Yeah.
the advertisement they're generating. Like for example, if the league at total is generating $1 billion, they cannot pay the players $2 billion.
Yeah.
They're paying according to the revenue they generate, and it's the same in every sport. That's why it's not about anything sexist.
Yeah.
It's more about the distribution of wealth and
At
income.
numbers.
And it's numbers. Like when you think about it, for example, I'm just guessing. Probably the wage gap between women volleyball and men volleyball are very similar, because
Probably.
women volleyball is very competitive
And I would say
and it attracts more.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like women football, volleyball, women volleyball attracts more people and it gets more views. We didn't like research about it, but we basically
know,
think,
and
yeah,
it is like compared to the WNBA, we know the gap is definitely
yeah.
low.
So like at that point, probably and even probably like the women are getting paid more.
Definitely,
Like-
the gap is definitely lower.
Yeah. That's what I would say, because like I mean the thing is like it basically depends on how many people are watching your game, you know what I mean, and how many tickets they're selling.
Yes.
And like
It's actually not only about that. There are many factors when you think about it. There are advertisements, tickets, live hosts, like pay-per-views. Like
Yeah.
there are many multiple factors that we cannot see from outside and say, "Oh, that's sexist" immediately. Like you need to know every financial aspect going into. There are
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah.
There are taxes that are federal. There are provincial. Like it changes from, because like for example, there are 30 NBA teams.
Right.
Every tax is different in each state. That's why they don't pay the same salary, taxes. Like there are all different aspects that you need to consider before you can like say this is not the correct thing to do or not.
yeah.
We jumped from the Andrew Tate example. If you want to go back to that topic.
So when I look at Andrew Tate's situation, like the thing is, oh wait, the story, right, with the WNBA basketball
Yeah.
player. So like it was something Granger. I literally like remembered her name. Something
Okay.
Granger, but I don't know her first name.
Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany.
Okay, I remember.
I'm
Maybe
not-
I remember a person called Brittany Granger, but I don't know who
yeah,
she.
I'm not sure about the pronunciation of her last name, but like it's Brittany Granger or something.
Okay.
You know. Anyways, so apparently they were.
Is she
travel-
Reddit?
No.
Okay, you talk. I'll open her.
Okay, yeah. So the thing is, like, apparently, all of the American women's basketball team were traveling to Russia.
It's actually Brittany Griner.
Grinner.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Brittany Grinner. Okay. So apparently they were traveling to Russia for like a for like a basketball match or something. That I'm not sure. But when they were traveling, this Brittany Griner had marijuana in her
Okay.
bag, and like in Russia, it's illegal to basically like have it's illegal to possess marijuana in Russia. So like, um,
They,
They-
she went to jail, right?
yeah, she went to jail for like that. I'm not sure. It's approximate, but like it's approximately like 4 or 5 months or 3 months.
But the problem about this example is they have evidence.
yeah,
in
that's the
scenario.
thing. That's what I was gonna say. Like
Yeah.
they had evidence, and
This is accusations and
yeah,
undertakes.
that's what I was going to.
Like, we're not
to-
saying that he did it or he didn't do. We don't know. Of course, there's a law
Yeah,
to
we can't
to
know.
decide that.
Yeah.
But like, there is no. We know that there is no evidence, and
Yeah.
like, I don't know if it's legal to put someone in jail for 5 months if you don't have evidence.
It's not it. It's not legal.
I don't think it's legal.
Yeah.
And like, that's the main argument that the lawyers of the Tate brothers are proposing.
Yeah.
And like,
I mean, the
Yeah.
thing is, like, when you look at Brittany Griner's situation, like, they had evidence. That's why it's totally normal
yes, of
for
course.
them to put her in the jail, because it's the law. You cannot.
You need to respect the law in
you
every
need-
country.
Yeah, exactly. And like the thing is, even so, the United States still intervened and got her back to
Yeah.
the country. But in Andrew Tate's situation, like, there is no evidence. It's only accusations, and like, he's basically innocent until he was found guilty, and like the time that he spent in a jail cell, like 5 months, it's insane. Even like when you think about it, you basically they don't have any evidence against them, and like they still put him in the jail. They're like delaying the time of his of both of them actually, of them leaving the jail actually, and like I don't know, like
It's an interesting
it's just-
situation.
It's so interesting that like I don't know why the United States still not intervened, because like 2 of their citizens are in a Romanian jail cell without an evidence. Like they shouldn't care who's in the jail, right? Because like when you think about it, they're just citizens.
Yeah, of course.
Like
They should intervene if
yeah,
there's no
they
evidence.
should literally intervene,
Or maybe there's something that we don't know that is going behind the scenes.
I mean, yeah, could be. Like, I mean, that guy got accusated, like,
of woman, of people trafficking,
yeah, human trafficking.
human trafficking, right?
Yeah, I mean, like when you think about it, that is not
Serious
like
accusation.
That is a really serious accusation. It's not like something, I don't know. Like it's a really serious accusation, and like if there's something behind that we don't know about, that's probably a big thing, and that's probably why they're still in a jail cell. But like, if there's nothing going behind the scenes, then
What do you think is going to happen?
to me, when I think about it, I mean, both of them will probably gonna stay in there for like another. I would say in total they're gonna be staying in there for like a year.
Okay.
It's because like the court takes time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the thing is, like, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know about laws.
No,
that much, but,
because like we see that laws aren't being enforced right now, even though that we have laws. But like, what's your guess? Because like, what's your guess? Because like, we see that there are laws, but they're not using the laws properly. That's
Yeah.
why you can just make a guess at this point, because I think it's not going to go towards how the law should
yeah,
work.
I would say in total they're gonna be in there for like a year or year and a half. But like the thing is, I believe when a trial is going on, they cannot keep the person in a jail cell.
Okay, I see.
But I'm not sure. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not sure. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not studying law, nothing. It's just general knowledge. I mean, you can actually check it for yourself, but like, I'm pretty sure that it's that case, but I don't know. Yeah, like, what do you think? Like, how? Jesus Christ, bro.
what?
I can't talk English.
Yeah, I can see you're struggling. You're,
Yeah,
you're
I am
tired. Like, I think, like, I don't have, like, there's also another like public sentiment part that is very important to the whole subject,
Yeah.
because like there are really people that is boycotting this whole situation,
Right.
and like they don't like how it's like there's a big like this social media is divided basically. There's a part that says, oh, he was a misogynistic and he should stay there because he has
Well, the thing is, like, I know that being a misogynistic is a really awful thing, right?
yes.
It's like basically a really bad, like, is it a personality trait?
I think it's a trait, yes.
Okay. It's a really bad personality trait and it's disgusting and it's like really shitty. But like the thing is, it's not against the law, is it?
Yes, it's not. And actually, there's also a fair argument point that he's not misogynistic. Like,
I mean,
he definitely has some arguable misogynistic comments.
Yeah.
But in general, I think the idea and I think that was like those comments were mainly made to attract. Every social media star needs to attract
Yeah,
people,
it's just-
and sometimes they say. Like he, for example, says that according to my experience, but that is specified, I think women are worse drivers than men.
Yeah.
But when you look at the statistics, men have more crashes, and statistically,
Yeah.
it shows that men are the worst drivers.
Yeah.
And I agree, like because I believe in stats. But if he said that 100%. Women are worse drivers, you could argue that that's misogynistic, but
Yeah.
he says according to my experience.
Yeah.
Like he chooses his words carefully, for
Yeah.
example, but like sometimes he doesn't. But like I don't know, like there's also the argument that feminism has been changing a lot, because like in my opinion I would consider both of us, like every normal minded guy actually a feminist at the end of the day, because
Yeah.
when you think about it, feminism at its own supports equality,
Exactly.
and we support that. We
Of
agree
course.
with that.
Of
But
course.
over the last 5 to 10 years, with the probably like more in the Western countries, it
Yeah.
has been changing towards women's superiority over
Yeah.
men, and we don't support that.
Of course.
Because like we believe that all genders are equal. And there are like a lot of protests happening, feminist protests, and like some of them like say that if you're a man you can't join. That's the problem.
Yeah,
like
that
that's the problem, because of course I understand feminists are mainly doing that because they have been living in a society that has been ruled over men.
Yeah.
But there are actually quality men in this world that wants to help for this movement. But when you try to promote like a gender superiority over the other, that's where the problem starts, because that starts degrading the male population now. That's a Uno reverse card at the end of the day.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, we want to be in equal fights and
Right.
equal rights. But maybe that's why Tate tried to be a little bit more radical. I'm not saying it's correct or wrong, but maybe he tried to do that because we saw that in Western societies, feminism was turning into a more harsh way in some parts of the world, and there was the whole argument of masculinity being lost in the world, and maybe that's why he needed to be radical. But as you can see, he is facing the consequences.
Right.
Yeah, it's a double-headed sword for him when you look at it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, like, he said a lot of extreme shit, like, literally.
Definitely.
I mean, he didn't have, like,
And no filter.
Yeah,
he has no filter. And that's why he attracted.
yeah, that's the thing, like, he acted like,
He didn't care about anything.
exactly, and then now he's facing the consequences. But like, basically, in general in life, you need to have like a gray area. Like, I mean, like, I already talked about this, I think, in the first episode, like when we had our first episode. But like, a great man once said, you shouldn't have extremes in your life. And like, basically what he has done in his like YouTube journey and all of that, he was so extreme. Like he was so like volatile, just going back.
But when you look at that, all of the social media stars that got popular are basically extremes.
I mean, yeah, but like
Speed, KSI at his first times,
yeah.
Andrew Tate. Like let's think about people that became famous over the last few years. Who do you have? Like Speed is the prime example when you
Yeah.
think about it. Like
Yeah.
you need to do extreme stuff because people are like looking at what the hell is this guy saying or doing.
It attracts people.
It attracts. That's why they do it.
Yeah,
But there's a cost to that. You were
yeah,
talking about
literally,
that.
Like, I mean, if people would see Speed on the street, they will probably say this guy's an idiot, right? Because he's doing some dumb stuff.
But
you know,
actually,
like-
he's a genius when you think about it.
yeah, when you think about it, he's a genius because like
It's an
Uh,
act.
yeah, it is an act. I mean, if he's like that in his personal life, then that is actually dumb. I'm sorry, but like, like if Speed is actually like that in his real life, then
But maybe like if he's like that, maybe he's like a problem, like mentally. Maybe I don't know. Like I don't think like maybe he has like a condition.
I mean, like I'm assuming that he's like, he's in perfect health.
Oh, okay, I see. I don't know if that's key because like I think he doesn't have any health conditions and he's acting like that. I think that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, like he's acting obviously, but like, anyways, like the thing is, like the things that we're trying to say is like, a lot of people are extremists when they start YouTube because like that's what attracts people to watch. I mean, if I've done some like dumb shit on our podcast, then it would also have major views. But like the thing is, we're planning ahead. We're planning the future, and like we don't want our future to be like, I don't know, like we don't want people to come up to us and say like, oh,
In simpler words, he's saying that we're scared of getting cancelled.
yeah, but like canceled, and also like, I don't want someone to come up to me and say like, oh, you, do you?
How
do you
your
remember-
reputation? You care about your reputation. Are you going to say like, oh, you're the guy that does dumb shit on YouTube?
Yeah, literally.
That-
like-
because you care about the reputation. Like,
Yeah.
like we argued that. Yeah, like there's like a trade-off. When you become popular, your reputation, like probably not all the time, goes to shit because there's the argument that you become popular by doing weird stuff and you
Yeah.
become the weird guy on YouTube or Instagram.
Yeah.
And acting normal and being popular is very difficult because that doesn't attract a lot of views.
Yeah.
And that's why people decide on doing weird stuff. And like that's a paradox when you think about it. What are you going to give up? You're going to give up your status as a person. You're going to be okay by people like laughing at you all the time, but you're going to get super rich and famous.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to probably not be super rich or famous, but you will have a good character. Like that's a paradox that people
Right.
in the social media world has to live in.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like,
I'm not saying that there are also content creators that doesn't do weird stuff
Yeah.
and successful, but that's rare compared to the general.
the thing is like, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I don't want people to come up to me and say like, "Oh, you're the guy that put fireworks inside your home and burned the fucking house down." You know what I mean?
Yes, we done.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want that to happen to me. So that's why we're like having a normal conversation on podcast, you know, guests and all of that. But if you wanted to be famous, we would just like open Twitch and like do some dumb shit and gain views. You know what I mean?
Yes, that's an option too. Of course,
There is an option like that as well when you think about it. I mean, when you think about it, you also need to be like clever doing that, because like if you're doing dumb shit and you're not like gaining views and like popularity, then that's also fucked.
And also the argument that when you do weird stuff, your fall off also becomes quicker because like people start watching you and subscribing to you because you're doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
When you try to transform into a normal being,
Yeah, yeah.
they don't start like a prime example is going to be the Island Boys. Do you remember them? I'm an island
Oh,
boy.
yeah.
Do you remember the guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Island
Bro,
boy.
like, where are they now?
I don't even know.
Bro, like they were the most hot thing, 1 year ago.
I mean, yeah.
And but because people were listening to them and like were attracted because they were like interesting, they were very
Yeah.
exotic.
Yeah.
But they didn't produce the same output because it was like very different at the first
Yeah.
time, and they couldn't keep that up because that was probably a character.
Yeah.
And when they didn't keep the same character,
Yeah.
they just dropped.
Yeah.
That's the like difficult part. If you're going to like how Speed sustained, because Speed always had that character and didn't break character for even once.
Yeah.
Like he's genuinely like that. That's why he's consistent. That's why he didn't lose subscribers. That's why he attracted a lot of people. Like if you're going to play a character, you need to stick to that character too.
I mean, you cannot change your character like just. It's not like a switch, you know what I mean?
If you do, you can, but you lose a lot of the attraction you created.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's because, like, that, the amount of subscribers or viewers that you had previously before having that switch of character, like, it's basically, they basically subscribe just because you're that character, right? And when you switch that character to something else, they would be uninterested because, like, that's not the person that they subscribe to. That's not the person that they watch to, you know what I mean? And, like, let's say Switch wanted to Switch, Jesus Christ, bro. Let's say Speed wanted to switch to become like relatively.
Like it just like think like he started listening to Jordan Peterson. Oh, Jordan Peterson. Okay, let's not talk about Jordan Peterson. We're in Canada. There's a lot of controversial, arguments.
Let's just say
Like a very famous psychologist, let's say. Like he started like acting like more wise and mature. Do you think that would attract people? Maybe
no.
he's too big right now. That's why it could attract. But still,
Depends because like a lot of Speed subscribers are probably here just because they want Speed to do some dumb shit.
Yeah, it could be argued. I think that's the case. Probably.
I've never seen a Speed clip where he's not doing some weird stuff. That's
Yeah.
the thing. He's either like howling like ooh, ooh, or like doing some dumb shit in the gym, or like dancing, putting fireworks inside his house, jumping outside, you know, like he's always doing something, right? I've actually never seen him just like sit down and talk.
I see. From this topic, I want to jump to like a shocking news that I saw right now.
Yeah.
It's 10 hours ago. China and Brazil strikes deal to
Yeah.
ditch the dollar for the
I
trade.
said that to you, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about that? Like, let me read the news. China and Brazil have reached a deal to trade in their own currencies, ditching the US dollar as an intermediary. The Brazilian government said Wednesday, Beijing's latest salvo against the almighty greenback. The deal will enable China, the top rival, the US economic hegemony, and Brazil, the biggest economy in Latin America, to conduct their massive trade and financial transactions directly, exchanging yuan for reals and vice versa, instead of going through the dollar.
Well, as I said, like I have like a relative knowledge on.
No, besides
Economic.
economics, I want to ask you about, like, do you think a war is building up, basically, like around the world? Like, you see the tensions.
is, like, they can do whatever they want, right? I don't think that's a war starting problem.
No, I know. Like, this is just like a icing on the cake. Like, I'm just talking about the things that happened over the last 2-3 years. Basically,
You mean like balloons and all?
the balloon situations, the Russia-Ukraine situation, the Chinese president coming to Russia, like all of these conflicts, the trade war between China and the US, like all of these topics. When you think about
the
it,
thing is, when you think about it,
Putin saying that he's going to put nuclear weapons on Belarus. Yeah, like all of these.
bro, like those stories or the news that we read about is really scary. Like when you think about it, it's really like scary and like dangerous because like a lot of shit politically is happening, and I really don't want any of that. You know, I just want to live in peace. I want the world to be in peace and like basically don't have any like tension building up or like wars and all of that. But like it's inevitable because like every country like
Falls eventually.
I mean not falls, but like every country is like for themselves, right? Like they prioritize themselves, and I think that it should be like that. But the thing is, this situation is extreme, I would say, in China and United States, because they want to be the first country, like they want to be they
The
want to have
greatest
the biggest,
power, basically.
yeah, like they want to have the biggest economic power. They want to be the biggest, I don't know,
Army.
like, army, yeah, all of that. I mean, it's just like those two countries have tension and all of that. It is scary when you think about it, though. I mean, but in this situation, like, I don't know, like, would the value of US dollar drop because of that, or like, would it be
Actually, like it
unaffected?
would affect like China and Brazil actually in a negative way.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, it's not a very big deal for the like I don't know, like they are not ditching the US dollar for everything. They're just ditching it for the trade between each other. That's why it's not very important, but it could be a sign that way that they will ditch it in the long run. If they ditch it in the long run, that means that they are being a closed economy because the world trade is being made through the US dollars.
Yeah.
And when you ditch that, that means that you cannot trade with any European or North American country right now,
Yeah.
because that's the main currency. There's two ways. Either you set a new currency in the Asian countries that you're going to trade in,
Yeah.
or you're going to be a closed economy, and both of them will damage the world basically, but especially China and Brazil, because like changing the whole, like, because you know the US dollar is set.
Yeah.
Every country is using the US dollar.
Right.
Changing that is very difficult without a war. That's real. That's reality. You can't do that. That's why I don't know. Like this is a small step, but like it could lead to maybe more in the future. We'll see. Hopefully not.
Yeah,
Hopefully not. We don't
like,
want that. Like
yeah,
yeah.
we just said like we want the world to be in peace and all of that. Like we don't want no wars, no nothing. Like, but I don't know. Like I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah, that's the scary part. We don't know anything.
I've also heard that, like, additional to China and Russia, Iran and United Arab Emirates,
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
they're also considering to ditch.
The United Arab Emirates was shocked me a lot.
Yeah, because like there's a lot of trades going on. with
And
them,
like
right?
they're very close to UK and the US
Yeah.
actually when you think about it.
Yeah, like I don't know, bro. Like,
We'll see. We'll see.
yeah, just a sec, right? Right. Yeah, I mean, like that situation is crazy. But other than that, news about the world. What's happening around the world?
Like
What-
yeah, let's
what's
talk
going
about
on?
the possible upcoming economic crisis.
Yeah. I want your opinion on this because like I don't have much knowledge on it.
Yeah, like let me just give some context. We have 4 bank failures at total that were significant. 3 of them occurred in the US. One was Credit Suisse, one of the biggest Switzerland banks.
Yeah.
You know, when a Swiss bank goes bankrupt, there's a problem in
Yeah,
the world.
because like every country has loans from them. Right?
Yeah, and like Credit Suisse, like I knew that Credit Suisse was in trouble, but I don't think they were going to bankrupt. Like also Silicon Valley Bank went bankrupt. It was the biggest bank that funded basically the Silicon Valley startups. But all of those banks, like both the Silicon Valley and the HSBC bought Silicon Valley Bank, and they saved them from bankruptcy. They went bankrupt, but they bought them with the liabilities. That's why it's like saved,
Yeah.
but the debt is still there. That's why it doesn't change anything when you think about it. Like it's more debt. Like they just bought the name of
Yeah.
the company.
But
And
wait, the thing is, like, I would have actually expected for an American bank to buy them.
But
'Cause,
like when you think about it, like don't think about like a country name, because like we're living in a very globalized world, and like there is no American bank or like, because when you think about it, HSBC both operates in the UK and in every European country and in America. Like when you think about it, like let's give an example. Like JP Morgan isn't only operating in America. Like it's a very globalized world. Like it would be interesting, in my opinion, for example, if a Chinese bank bought Silicon Valley Bank. That would be interesting.
I mean,
like UBS bought Credit Suisse. Like both of them were saved, but it's an interesting situation. And also we see that a lot of layoffs happening in companies. For example, Amazon at total laid off 27,000 employees. Facebook around 18,000. Google, Twitter, like Twitter mainly laid off because they said it wasn't productive. Like these companies, like Twitter laid off with Musk's coming into the company. It wasn't basically all that financial. It was more like a radical decision because he argued that they weren't doing anything.
Right.
But in this case, like all of these tech companies are laying off people because they're just seeing their profits and revenues decreasing over the last 1.5 years due to high interest rates and other stuff, high inflation. Like it's not going good. And we're graduating next year. We need jobs. Like the job market's looking a little bit fishy.
Gives me stress when you think about it.
Because like the big economic crisis happened in 2008. The US unemployment skyrocketed from 3% to 11 to 11, like I think 14%, something like
14.
that. 14%. Like there was
so like approximately, when you take like 100 American citizens, 14 of them are unemployed.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, bro.
And like it doesn't get solved for like 2-3 years. It gets slowly well. And most of the layoffs occur, like in this one, it will occur in tech companies and banks probably. And then like
I mean, like every crisis starts from the banks, right?
Not everyone, but majority. Like the 1999 was a dot-com bubble that occurred because of technology companies. The 2008 crisis was a bank crisis. Like all the biggest ones are banks. Like the 1929, the Great Depression, was banks. 2008 was banks. But the problem that we see is it could be a tech failure, this one, because the whole market cap of the world economy, you think about the tech's share is increasing every year because when you think about it, over the last 10 years there has been more tech companies than ever, and they're increasing. Like all these fintech companies, all these like Uber, Lyft, Snapchat, Instagram, all these social media companies, like they have a very big role both in the economy and in our lives. That's why, like, when you think about it, let's think about the biggest 5 companies in the world: Apple, Saudi Aramco, Amazon, Tesla, Google, Microsoft. All of the all of these companies, Google is tech, Microsoft is tech, Apple is tech. Tesla is automobile, but like it's basically preferred due to its technology. That's why like it's listed on the Nasdaq. Like all of these are very tech giants. That's why I think they will play a role, but I don't know. Like I don't see it very good. I don't think it's very good.
Okay. So you're saying like there's going to be another crisis in the future?
Like it should
be in the near future.
It should be stated that it's inevitable. Like if I do one day a PhD on economics, I want to do on business cycles, mainly on American and European business cycles. I think it's very interesting. And when you look at the business cycles over the last 200-300 years, let's say capitalism invented and modern economic times, there has been on average economic crisis every 10 to 15 years. And like it's inevitable. The important thing is the damage control. Like the damage control is very important, and the damage control is fully dependent on the government and the Federal Reserve. For America's case, like we don't have anything to do, we don't have any power. The sad part about crisis is the rich gets richer,
And
the poor gets poorer, and the middle class gets destroyed. Like in every recession, the wealth gap increases even more.
Yeah.
And this could be like, if you're asking why is that the case, this could be explained very easily, because in an economic crisis, everything crashes in prices, and if you're rich, if you have capital, you buy everything when prices are down and they appreciate afterwards. But if you're poor, everything goes down, but your job also is lost, you don't have any savings. That's why you get even poorer. That's why you need capital to get richer in a crisis. If you have money, if you have cash in a crisis, that's great. That's once in a lifetime opportunity.
Right.
But for the majority of the society, that's not the case. And that creates a big problem.
Yeah, bro, it's just scary to think about the future, really, and like personally and globally. Like, it's just too scary, bro, really.
Yeah. Yeah, when you think about it, like, there are no news specifically, but there are actually many news that, like, when you look at from a more long perspective.
Yeah, like when you think about it, like there's a lot of red flags and warnings. I mean, you can see it, but like I don't know, I don't have that knowledge, but like you can see that. I mean, you're basically saying like there's going to be a recession, right? So like, you can see.
Actually, according to economic definition, we were in a recession last year.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was a very, very small. Like a recession's definition in economic terms is GDP, gross domestic product, getting smaller for 2 quarters. That means consecutively.
Okay.
2 quarters consecutively. That mean the gross domestic product decreasing, and the gross domestic product is the total output of an economy in a single year, is decreasing for 6 months basically. And it occurred in the US, but it was like a 0.5 decrease.
Okay, that's nothing.
It's something, because when you think about it, the US got smaller 2 times after the 2008 crisis. One, it was COVID, everything like everything was bad.
Yeah.
Then it was that. Like, then we can't give COVID as an example because that's an exceptional situation.
Yeah.
Besides COVID, in normal conditions, this is the first time from 2008 the US economy has shrinked.
Bro,
It's a signal. I'm just saying, it shows itself.
Yeah, really. Bro, like when you said COVID, my mind just went back to the COVID.
No, I think we can't use the word "to" in COVID. Like, I don't know if you
Why?
like YouTube protocols and stuff like. But
Really?
yeah, I think like you can't do a lot of stuff. Like, it's weird in YouTube
Why,
policy.
bro? COVID. Jesus, wait.
No, you can't say it now because like if really YouTube watching our video with 47 subscribers till now, they can ban the video. I don't care right now. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, COVID is just a disease. Like, I don't understand. I mean,
they argue that it's not politically correct.
What?
Because there was a lot of racism made from COVID.
Oh yeah, you're
towards
right,
Asian countries, basically.
You're right. But like the thing is, we're only looking at the disease part.
Of course.
Yeah, like how was your experience during that time? You know, like because like when I think about it myself.
You start. I'll go. I'll rant a lot about the economy. People are bored. You go a little bit.
I mean, yeah, like when I just think about my own experience, like, the thing is, like, it was so boring. It was also really sad and boring just because like you can't go anywhere. You're just in your house all day. You're doing nothing productive. I mean, you can, but like at the time, I wasn't doing anything productive because like I just thought like, oh, I got accepted to my university.
Same.
I just want to chill and relax. So basically, like in between those 24 hours, like every day, I was either eating, sleeping, or playing video games. You know what I mean? Like that was my routine. Like I didn't do anything else, and it was so unproductive for me. I couldn't go to the gym. I lost a lot of my gains.
And I gained a lot of weight at that time.
Yeah, I lost. I mean, I think I definitely lost weight because like I was around like 72 kgs.
Damn, that's
Bro,
best.
I was big, bro.
I never saw you 70, but you're probably close to 72 right now.
I am close to 70. Like the thing is, like I plateaued at like around 68, 69. I cannot go over. Like I know how to go over, but like I need to eat hella food because like.
But you're eating good over the last couple of. That was a hiccup. That was from a couple of weeks.
I mean the thing.
But you're like losing the consistency sometimes.
Yeah,
Huh?
like it's because of school. When you think about it, when like because school affects your sleep schedule. Sleep schedule affects your eating habits. So like if I wake up at like 3 p.m., I'm not gonna eat breakfast. I'm not gonna eat lunch. I'm just going to straight to dinner. So like that way I can only eat just one meal, and that's not good. Like during the finals period and during the assignment season, like those things happen as a student. Hence why like you can lose some of your gains. But like the thing is, when you're natural, it's really hard for your body to lose gains.
Bro, you're not natural. You're in the Trambolone sandwich.
Yeah, bro. I'm no, bro. Well, like, of course I'm taking TRT, bro. What do you
Of
mean?
course.
I'm taking
Turkesterone.
Turkesterone is a natural substance,
Yeah,
by the way.
shout out Greg Doucette.
Yeah, but I'm not taking any of that. The only thing that I'm taking is protein powder, creatine, and a stress reliever. So like, those are the only.
I'm
things
not
that
taking anything. I need to take something maybe. Look at that sound.
Yeah, you
sus.
should definitely start from Deca. You know, like. Then go to Trembolone if you wanna, have more gains.
Yeah, bro. Like I think
No,
that's healthy. Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
We're joking. If
Yeah, we
somebody's-
are joking.
Then they're going to say false education to young people.
No.
File a lawsuit.
Yeah. I mean, I would say if you're not competing, the only substances that you need to take
Creatine and protein powder.
creatine and protein powder.
Yeah.
I only take stress relievers just because I'm a nervous person when I have deadlines. That's why like it gives me stress. And also like when I'm stressed, I'm not productive at all. So in order for me to basically function as a human, like I take like stress relievers and that's it, yeah, so like you're taking nothing, no protein, I mean you were taking creatine, yeah.
Yeah, while I was going to sport,
Yeah.
while I was going to gym. Now I'll go after, like I'm starting like very strict program after the 24th of April.
24th of April.
Yeah.
You're going into a diet. You're going
Yeah.
to get have a good gym schedule and all
Of
of
course, and we'll see the internship.
Yeah,
And
the
that time
internship.
focused that.
Yeah,
Like
the
also,
internship is cardio, bro. Really, your
The
internship
cardio.
is cardio.
yeah. Well, we'll see. Like hopefully, I'm also looking forward to getting hopefully the car. Like
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
car. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do.
A lot of
Hopefully you
stuff.
stay. We'll see.
Hopefully, we'll see if I find an internship. If any like professors or like labs are watching this episode, hit me up. I can be a good intern for your lab or for your,
Yeah,
research
shout out
studies or
Zheng
the-
Xiang. My man's shouting out himself in his podcast.
Yeah.
That's the best marketing.
Marketing to
Yeah.
37 people.
We'll do a short and like maybe it go.
Yeah, maybe it goes popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We don't know.
Pump the short, guys. He needs a job.
I mean, they're watching good. Like
The shorts are blowing up. We
Yeah.
had like 1K views over the last 48 hours from 2 shorts.
Yeah, it's really good. Like
The
and also-
person that came from the short as a subscriber, we love you.
Yeah, we love you.
Appreciate you. You're the first short subscriber we had. You appreciate. If you're watching this, please comment. You're probably
comment
not,
saying-
but hopefully.
please comment saying like I am that subscriber, and we'll probably.
Wase is probably going to comment. I'm that subscriber, bro. Yeah, he's the type of the guy. I'm a subscriber, bro. You're not. No, I am the guy, bro. We know you.
We know you're not, and like no, I am.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but like if you're that guy or girl, Well, wait. Actually, what is our analytics say? Like,
97% male.
Jesus, bro. I mean, it is
Like,
expected.
my mom said we need to have more female guests and don't like look like.
I mean, the thing
sex.
is,
We tried, but they're like I asked for.
I mean,
like,
our friends that are girls are shy.
Yeah, that's
and
the
they don't
problem.
want to be in front of a camera talking. I mean,
and I'm not taking out my girlfriend. That's not. My mom
Yeah, so
suggested that. Well, that's not happening.
we have a potential guest that I talked with her, and she wants to be.
Do
on
you
the
want to
podcast.
give the name?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. I don't want to give the name. But like, I'll
Well, I
talk-
know.
I'll
I know
give you
her.
a-
I know her. Right?
Yeah, you know her. But like, I know she doesn't want for me to give her name.
But she's willing to come to the podcast.
Yes.
That's weird, but okay.
Surprise! It's gonna be a surprise.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, the thing that your mom says is true though. Like, all of our guests were males, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
we need
so like
to
we
change
need
it
to,
up.
we need to change it up. If any of you guys that or girls,
But like if any girl till today came to us and said like we want to be on the podcast that are friends, we would have. But
Yeah,
there
we
was
would.
there wouldn't be some notices.
Yeah.
That's why don't attack us. Like if anybody wants to join, they can just give us a
literally.
shout out. Like we want to join your
Yeah.
podcast. It's okay, bro. Of course.
Yeah, I mean, even though that, like, let's say we don't know them, right?
Yes.
We can just know them in the podcast. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
No problem.
You guys can just like come up to us and like, oh, we
I
want
think
to be
you
in the
know. I
podcast.
know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just realized.
Yeah. You're talking about the specific girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love this. Shout out. Should I say it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, hopefully we'll have more guests in the future, and yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, what were we talking about before the guest topic?
I mean, we were talking about how the economy globally in general is going.
No,
to...
we talked about like drugs and stuff. No, what you were taking ashwagandha.
Oh
stuff.
yeah, ashwagandha. I mean, like I'm as you guys know, I'm majoring in biochem and neuroscience. So like I read a lot of research papers, and like when I read them, I actually like read the research papers that interest me. So like a couple of weeks ago, I read a research paper about like how Tongat Ali, Fedogia, and those kind of plants, they're basically herbs. Like ashwagandha is also an herb. Like they are derived from a plant, so they're natural. And turkesterone is, I think it's also like
It's basically plant-based
herbal.
steroids,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like turkesterone is basically plant-based steroids
Yes.
because like the substance inside turkesterone are basically categorized as like endosteroids. So they're basically steroids, but like
But they don't have the effects of a steroid, like a normal steroid.
yeah, because like they're different endosteroids and like
And they're
normal-
natural when you think about it. Because
Yeah,
it's
they're-
found in plants.
Yeah, it's found in plants. You
But
know,
the
like
consequences isn't well researched, I think. It's like
I mean,
it's not
turkesterone
now.
is so new that no
Enough sample size. There's not enough
yeah, there
sample
is no
size.
enough sample size, and like even if they have, like nobody talked about it. So I don't know, like I don't know how the side effects are or if it has side effects, but like I'm pretty sure that Tongat Ali, Fedogia. I mean, Fedogia has side effects, but like it's not life threatening. It's like being dizzy, you know, like having like stomach aches and all of that. It's just that, you know, like they're not life threatening at all. And the thing is, when you think about it, it is actually scientifically proven that taking Tongat Ali and also Fedogia increases your testosterone levels. The combination of both increases your testosterone levels like plus 400, 600, 500, and that is actually a lot.
Plus 600, 500, really?
Yeah, because like the
Well, that's
the
too much.
scale,
Like the average, like I think, like right now in the current scale, like 350, 400 is considered okay. And you say it's double that? It doubles that?
I mean, the thing is, like, right now, in general, men are experiencing low testosterone, and this is a global issue
Yes.
that men is experiencing. So, like, normally,
Why do you think that's the case?
to be honest, I'm not sure. Like, like people say that like if people actually associate that being like, you know, when we had like in the
Are you going
what
to
was
give
it?
the example of the wars?
No, not wars, like hunting, you know, like
Okay.
back really like
Stone Age.
Stone Age. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
I'm just filling the words that you're
Yeah.
struggling this
In
episode.
Stone Age and all of that, like of course, like there is no research for that, but like it's just my hypothesis, by the way. But like the thing is, like they
The,
were,
the man were just living a more masculine life.
yeah,
right?
like they're hunting, you know, they're hunting for
risking
their
their
food.
lives.
Yeah, literally, like because like if they don't hunt for the food, they're gonna die. Like
Because, and also they can get hunted too by the
yeah,
animals.
they can also get hunted. So like they need to actually survive, and the survival instinct is really like important. Like when you don't have that, when you're basically like
Life has just become too easy with all of these technologies. Do you think?
yeah, like
That's
it's
the
just like
case?
making the life so easy. It is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing in this case. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. Like globally, we're experiencing a testosterone decrease amongst male, and like I'm not sure, but like normally 600, 700 range is normal.
I'm just gonna look. I think
Yeah.
it could go like the normal goes to like 300, 400.
You can check it.
I'm
Like I'm, I
you know,
remember it being-
definitely better than me. Like I don't. I just remember like like this. Ah, it's 300 to 1,000. Yes, I remember correctly.
300 to 1,000 is normal.
Yes, it says normal. It considers 300 to 1,000. It's normal. It's male 300. Normal results are male 300 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter, or 10 to 35 nanomoles per liter. Female 15 to 70 nanograms per deciliter, or 0.5 to 2.4 nanomoles per liter.
You don't need to look at nanomoles.
Yeah.
The nanograms are important.
Yeah, like I remember as like this too. But actually, I said that like it was 300, right?
Yeah.
This decreased over the last 100. Like if you did like basically a normal result, 50 years ago it was 400. They decreased the
Yeah,
average
yeah.
because that actually shows that like the health sector also like causing this, because like actually 300 is low,
Yeah.
but they say you're okay, there's no problem. Like they're not identifying the issue. Like, and I was shocked when you said like it's increased 400, 500,
Yeah.
because if that's like
It
more than
increases a lot.
doubling.
Yeah,
If
it
that's the
increases
case,
a lot, you
bro,
know,
I'm
like-
taking that right now. If that's the case, I'll do the research. And
I mean, they're commercials. So
I will
they-
like that's basically steroids. I will be jacked in like.
I mean, it does,
3
they
months.
don't work as steroids, but like because
What did you
steroids-
say? What like increases 400, 500?
the
deciliters?
combination of taking Tongat Ali and Fedoja.
Do you take it?
No, but I'm planning to.
Is it expensive?
I mean, I wouldn't say so. I didn't check the prices.
Is there
but,
any
like,
side effects?
Fallujah has, but like they're basically like stomach ache and all of that, like headache. It's just normal things.
Does it like for example, protein powder like overworks your not liver? What was it?
Liver, yeah.
Liver, right?
Yeah.
Like, is there something like? Does it overwork any organs?
I
that
wouldn't
you know?
say so, because like in the protein's case, when protein gets accumulated, it's hard for the liver to digest it, like metabolizes it, and so like that basically turns into like liver problems, and also what was it called? I forgot. Dude, my English is terrible today. I don't know why.
Cenk Prime.
What was I'm gonna say it in Turkish. What was the English of böbrek?
Kidney.
Kidneys, yeah. So like it basically has kidney stones. Like when you have too many like protein levels in your body, it basically gets accumulated to kidney stones. But like the thing is, there is a really simple solution to that. You just need to drink a lot of water.
I see. What do you think about like? Also, I'm curious. Like creatine dropping hair. Like, do you think that's a myth, or do you think that's correct?
I mean, I believe like creatine only accelerates that.
You're saying I think we talked. You said that if it's in your genetic, it's going to happen inevitably.
Yeah.
But it just accelerates, and
Yeah.
if you don't have it in your genetics,
Yeah,
it's
nothing
not going
gonna
to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it changes just the duration. You say.
Yes,
And
the donation will be increased there.
Are you 100% sure about this, or is this just?
It's
like
just
a-
my hypothesis, but like the
Okay.
research also backs up it.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Like I found some research a little bit confusing because there were like some sample size it accelerated, some sample size it didn't.
Yeah, but like,
Like-
when you need to think about it, like every person is different, right? I'm like when you're researching in just only like
Like they were doing like on 70, 80 people. Basically.
that's shit, bro. Like for a real research, like it
All
needs-
of the creatine tests are like that, I think.
I mean, in creatine situation, like creatine is not life threatening, so like
No, I think it's the best supplement out there.
it is the best supplement out there, literally, like because like it basically fills you up with water, like water weight. You look big, you look jacked. It's
And
good.
when you think about it, like one scoop of protein powder gives you like around 25 grams of protein, right?
Yeah,
True, 25 grams of protein. Like, and you can get that also from a steak. But if you want
Yeah.
to get the 10 grams of creatine you're getting from 2 scoops, you need to eat like
A lot
thousands
of
of
fish.
steak. Like a full fish, basically. And
Yeah.
that's more difficult. That's
Yeah.
why, like, when you look at it from a efficiency perspective, it's just very on another level, I think.
yeah. I mean, creatine is basically like the tissue or the bone in the fish. Like the fish have the most like in fish. When you look at their skeletal structure, on their spine, there's like a tissue, and when you like take out that tissue, then I believe like that turns into creatine. So creatine is a natural substance. It has the most creatine levels are found in the fish. So like eat your fish, like get jacked, all that stuff. Yeah. What's the time looking like?
We're good. It's over 1 hour and 2 minutes right now.
Okay, right.
Yeah, we can finish the show. You're probably watching this on Thursday around like evening, and don't forget. I always forget to say. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We need to say that at the start because like a lot of people don't have 1 hour to listen, and
Yeah.
I forget. Like we need to remind. You need to remind me that.
Yeah.
We'll have guests for the Sunday episode. We'll see you guys there. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button. Share it with your friends. If you have other video ideas or other topics that you want us to discuss, please let us know. And if we have any female audience that wants to join the podcast, also
Right.
let us know. Take care.
Peace.